Hi, it's Jo, and today I'm watching Frieren Beyond Journey's End, Season 1, Episode 8, Frieren the Slayer, and she's gonna need to do some slaying, I'm thinking, given how the last episode ended. I am absolutely loving this show, but I'm stressed after that cliffhanger. Reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon 2 weeks in advance, the edited version 1 week in advance, and let's go. I don't think so, come on Frieren.
今の魔族はダメだね。実践経験が少なすぎる。
Did he really not think she would strike back? Yeah, let's talk now, sure. Okay, that was bloody and efficient.
Frieren しか見ていなかったんだ。
He knew who the biggest threat would be. A very, very normal response. You do need to do this, but they are, I mean, he especially, they're only baby adventurers. Heroes. I mean, that's understandable. I mean, it's more likely the demons than the mage, right? Especially as one of you's missing, conveniently. I mean, I'm glad he understood the situation. But I don't think we have the upper hand here, though. Fucking hell. That does seem fitting with how I've been introduced to you and your kind, yes, yes. You seem to be a bloodthirsty species. I was kind of hoping Frieren was going to arrive in time to save this man. The Graf dude actually did read it correctly. I mean, I hope she does, if she is going to lead them to it, I hope she does stick around so that if it does get dicey, she can step in. I also do believe they're capable of it, but they're just relatively inexperienced. Him in particular. They're ready for the defenses to be dropped. Said by someone with experience. So the demons haven't acted yet. Have they not been able to force the Graf man? Was his name Graf, or was that like his title? But to give up the secret to lower the defenses? Why don't you go do your research instead of, coming here to kill? That's her mentor. I will never blame them for hoping that there could be a peace achieved to benefit both sides. But it is so horrible when that hope for a better future is what causes pain and suffering. He's afraid. Doing the hard thing while being terrified is far braver than doing it while not. I mean, that's a bit of a flawed system, because these adventurers, one of them is in the prison, escaped. Like, you could just kill him and grab his thing and become the leader, which I suppose is what would happen. Oh, I love his idea. That was a good way of freeing him. not looking at him.
こいつ俺をやってみろよ。
Where's Fern?
早い。だが所詮は人間か。
That was easy. I mean, like, yes, he then uses his blood, but he landed a blow. Not the best person to land a blow on.
急所は避けた。フェラン、言われた通り隙を作ったぜ。
Beautiful teamwork.
使いの反応が
Come on, my loves. Oh, yes. Teamwork.
バカな。人間の魔法使いごときがリーニエの魔力探知。
一般攻撃魔法。確かあなたたちの魔法体系ではゾルトラークと呼ばれている
など半世紀以上前に克服した。
Okay.
この魔法を誰から習った？
Is it because of Frieren, or is
つ
she
もりですね。
just more powerful? Is it to do with her lineage and her history?
止血が終わり次第追うぞ。
Damn it, he's
お前は
reforming.
戦士の方をやれ。見失うことはない。
リュウガナン様が手を下すまでも
ことに特化した改良が施されていた。
Interesting.
もは
Frieren?
やあれはゾルトラークと呼
Or
ば
is
れ
that
る
just what humans do now?
私は昔同じ魔法を受けたことがある。歴史上で最も多くの魔族を葬り去った魔
The
法。
reason she can't stick around and make sure their fight goes well. She's bravely facing herself. So I love this show. I'm absolutely loving the evolution of these characters, learning more about Frieren's history. They're just doing such a brilliant job of advancing the plot and the character growth and like their kind of what they're up to, while at the same time giving us Frieren's backstory and explanations like that. And I mean, I want all the answers right now, but I'm loving every second of it that I get. And I love that, you know, initially I was kind of assuming Frieren was just going to be like sticking around watching while the two of them went off to try and fight the demons so that if they did need her, she'd help. But then when she was leaving, I was like, okay, I guess she's going after the big bad herself. And that makes so much more sense. But it also makes me just really happy because she trusts them. You know, if she didn't think Fern, I mean, her name is like Fern, but I feel like when they say it, it's so much more like lyrical and musical than when I say Fern. But Fern and Mr. Stark, like, if she didn't trust them to handle it, she would have stuck around with them and killed the demons. Or she would have gone herself, taken out those two demons, and then gone to go and face the evil Aura of the guillotine. Like, she wouldn't have done it by herself, but she trusted in them, that they are strong enough, that they are good enough, and that they can do it. And I really appreciate that, because that is someone who, she's not like a helicopter parent. I mean, my brain can't think of the word I wanted to use, is why I just said that. Like, she trusts them, and she doesn't feel the need to hover over them and make sure they're doing it right and make sure it's okay. And that makes me really happy and also kind of scared, because they are so inexperienced. Like, Fern has more experience than Stark. Like, yes, they're both really well trained, but like these demons, I know she said that they were relatively battle inexperienced, but they've been fighting this town for 10 years, so I think they're decently experienced. Frieren has a lot, like thousands of years of experience. I feel a lot more safe with her making the calls and her doing things than with the kids, who I'm like, yes, they're brilliant, and yes, they're talented, and yes, I think they're gonna be able to defeat these demons, but they're just so small. Admittedly, yeah, they're brilliant and talented, and I think they will win. And obviously, then the only way they're going to get that experience is if they're allowed to do things like this. So I was incredibly proud of both of them. I think Stark is probably the bravest character we've met in this show because he feels as terrified as he does. Like, I'm sure Fern is scared. She's just very good at like believing, like having her calm face, and I do think she also believes in herself, believes in the training she's had, but when she's scared, she's better at keeping it under the surface, whereas he can't, he trembles. But I think like that just shows you how brave he is, that even though he was that scared, he didn't run, he didn't hide, he did the plan, and the plan was being bait, etc. Like, he did it, he put himself in that danger, and then just seeing Fern shine was just everything. Like that shot of her with the moon behind her, oh, it was art. That was artwork. So good. and that this is even beyond the ordinary defensive magic, which means yes, Frieren is the one teaching it to her, but she is powerful enough and skilled enough to take on that teaching, and I just adore her. I adore this show. And the beginning when he was like, ha, I've got you with my silly little demon rope, and Frieren was just like, dealt with that little bit of trash. It was beautiful. So I'm still stressed, obviously, because the two demons are splitting up. Our characters, I presume, are splitting up, or like Frieren's going and facing Aura the Guillotine. Now, I do believe she can probably defeat Aura on her own, but Aura does have an entire army. So if she gets the army involved, it's going to be a bit more like people coming from all sides and she's trying to focus on the main battle. Then I do think Stark can defeat a demon. We saw he landed a blow, but the main issue I have with Stark going up against Lutger or whatever is that that demon's weapon is his blood. So anytime Stark lands a blow that is not a killing blow, he's gonna then be able to use that as even more of a weapon. That is like very, very dangerous, and we have yet to learn exactly what the girly demon can do. Like, yes, she had like a ball of like magic, but we don't know exactly what she does with that. Of course, yeah, he's not going after her. My brain was muddling around because they fought earlier. So hopefully he will be able to land blows on this girl and she won't be able to turn her magic into things, but I believe he can take her. And then I do believe in Fern taking on Lutger, but again, he is the more experienced demon, so it is stressful. Again, that she blasted him straight, and he's able to recover and rebuild. And so, how powerful do you have to be to finish him? I do believe in her, but it's going to be stressful. Fantastic episode. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon 2 weeks in advance, the edited version 1 week in advance, and thank you so much for watching.